So in today's video, we're going to talk about the 4 reasons why most people keep finding themselves going from relationships to relationship no matter how hard they try. Which means the purpose of this video is to help you understand the issues within your dating process so you could make better changes in the future. The first reason is bad selection. Survey says most people that have been in multiple failed relationships tend to choose the next partner based on one of those 3 things. The first one is physical appearance. As long as somebody looks good on the outside, is 6 feet tall, she has a nice shape, whatever the situation is with the person, we could dive into a full-blown romantic relationship without truly knowing that this person could be the worst person you could ever date. The second pick is usually from high social status or just because the person is financially stable. So from that path, as long as the person is able to pay your bills or the person is able to support you financially, you don't care if that person disrespects you or give you a very difficult lifestyle as long as they are able to give you money. The third one, unfortunately, is that a lot of people tend to choose the next partner because they want the relationship more than the other person. They just want to be in a relationship. They just want that attention. They just want to have a body they could say they're in a relationship with, despite the amount of demon or bad energy this person could be bringing to them. So for the first reason, it's bad selections. The second reason is bad compatibility. 80% of the people that you've been dating in your lifetime are probably not compatible to you on a social level, emotionally speaking, financially speaking, sexually speaking, or spiritually speaking. Emotionally speaking, a lot of people that you're probably going to date are not going to be as emotionally intelligent as you would expect them to be. Therefore, it's going to be a problem because arguments are not just going to be something that you do to fix a situation. Arguments could actually become toxic. Socially speaking, not everybody have the same social standard. What you're gonna see is okay or what you're gonna see is good might not be the same mindset as somebody else. Therefore, you guys gonna keep bumping heads. Financially speaking, not in a sense to have the same amount of money that you have in the bank, but what I mean is where this person is trying to go financially. Most people don't even know how to manage money. Therefore, a lot of them don't even think about an empire. And if we're going to talk about a couple building an empire, if one person is not thinking about things the way they're supposed to, if they're always spending money, if they are not trying to save, if they are not trying to work, how are you supposed to get things moving while the other person is not compatible to you financially? What are the goals this person has financially to the point where you guys could become financially stable in that relationship? Sexual compatibility, at the beginning, sex is going to be great. That's expected. But somewhere down the road, you're going to realize that this person might not have the same sex drive as you. Therefore, sex is going to be unbalanced. At some point, infidelity is going to come in, or you guys going to become so bored of each other to the point where the relationship won't even last. And spiritually compatible means, what about the inner peace, the inner self? What is it that this person is willing to do to keep toxic or bad energy away from them at all time? Are you guys in the same boat? Because if you are constantly dating somebody who always wants to party, or you find yourself dating a drama queen, when it comes to spiritual connections, you guys will never be connected with each other because spiritually speaking, you guys are not compatible. So that was reason number 2. Reason number 3 is keep rushing into relationships. I've talked about that countless of times, but since a lot of people are still not listening, I guess I'm gonna talk about it again. Whenever you find yourself rushing into a relationship, 2 things usually happen. First, you're gonna run right past the red flags that you should have seen at the beginning of the relationship that could have saved you time, energy, and money. So by the time you finally see the person for who he really is, it's already too late and you've already wasted too much time. And the second thing that usually happens within rushing into a relationship is that you're gonna lose your value. Because once the person realizes that you are trying to get in a relationship more than them, like I said at the beginning, they're going to use you or even take you for granted. That's one of the reasons why a lot of people get taken for granted, because they're trying to be in a relationship. They're trying to rush into things for whatever reason, social expectations, family members rushing you into finding somebody to be with without understanding the process for what it is. So rushing into a relationship is never beneficial if you really want a stable relationship, a long-term relationship, something that you could actually build a family with. Rushing into relationships is one of the reasons why a lot of people keep going from relationships to relationships. So from the 4 reasons, rushing into relationship was number 3. For number 4, we have toxic trauma bonding. Toxic trauma bonding within the path of a relationship is when somebody keep dating the same type of people with different faces, which means this is the type of person, despite the many people they've dated, they're gonna end up dating the same type of people because of their level of toxins. What I mean by that, sometimes you're gonna find somebody keep going back to the boyfriend, to the girlfriends, without realizing the reason why they keep going back to that same person is because they are addicted to the type of things that this person have already either put them through, or they just want that excitement back and back again. And when things like that happen, if they don't stay with the person who started the abuse to the point where they become toxic, the next person, or the next person they're gonna date, this person has to be just as toxic or even worse than the last person they've dated. And that's why I always tell folks, you need to reset. You need to take a break. You need to heal. You need to find a counselor. You need to find a therapist, somebody to help you understand that the path that you're going is not going anywhere. And the problem with toxic trauma bonding, in your head, you think that you're doing the right thing. In your head, you think this is exactly what a relationship should be, not realizing the amount of toxicity that you are surrounded by. So from that point, you're going to keep going from relationships to relationships without realizing the toxic pattern that's within you is what needs to change in order for you to start dating better people to eventually find a relationship that is stable to the point of building a family. Because if you don't reset and heal yourself, it's going to be the same thing over and over again. And I know there's probably more reasons why some people keep going from relationships to relationships, but from a deeper level, these are some of the top ones that I've seen a lot of people deal with. On that note, I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. If I've missed something in the process, feel free to let me know in the comments below. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Peace.